in order for me to just frame the issues for you as you retreat to determine this matter. Mr. Speaker, there will be a number of issues that you shall be considering. And I think of important, firstly, you shall be considering the issue of the contracts that were entered into in the pre-election coalitions, and also the contracts that have been entered into in the post-election coalitions, Mr. Speaker. We have heard this afternoon, Mr. Speaker, that contracts were obtained under duress, Mr. Speaker. Contracts were obtained under coercion, Mr. Speaker. Contracts were obtained under intimidation, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, this is a matter that you shall want to preside over, to apply your mind on.
Okay.
Mr. Speaker, with due respect, Mr. Speaker, issues of coercion and intimidation today were raised so much on this floor. But, Mr. Speaker, do you have any expertise to know whether there was coercion or whether there was intimidation? Do you have that knowledge, Mr. Speaker? Just like the way you dismiss my document, can you clear that matter now, Mr. Speaker? Whether you have the capacity to know there was coercion, there was intimidation, duress, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker,
I can assure you, Honorable JUNET, that in
Mr. Speaker, so that it doesn't hit into my...
I'll only consider material facts.
I'll ask the table to just reserve my time, Mr. Speaker. But the second issue I think that you should apply your mind on, Mr. Speaker, when you retreat, is this issue of freedom of association, Mr. Speaker. Is anyone bound to be in a place where they don't want to be, Mr. Speaker? And I shall not even exhaust more time on that. Mr. Speaker, the most important issue that I think you should consider is that this matter is of great public interest, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, how you determine this matter is going to determine whether this House shall apply itself to the constitutional mandate that it has been given by the Constitution, Mr. Speaker. Because as we speak now, this House has business to prosecute, Mr. Speaker. We might not even afford time to waste as we determine on such issues that are clear as day and night, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, it is important for us to remind ourselves that very fateful Sunday that we were called out of recess to come and prosecute this matter as the Justice and Legal Affairs Committee. And Mr. Speaker, the honorable member who is talking about duress is the one who, if you go to our parliament broadcasting tapes, you will see the man who uprooted the speaker on that fateful night as I was trying to contribute to this matter, to try and warn the honorable member for Suna East that this is a law that shall come back to bite them from the behind, Mr. Speaker. So, Mr. Speaker, I think it will be upon you, Mr. Speaker, to just retreat and determine these matters, and it shall come out, Mr. Speaker, clearly that there is a coalition party, there is a coalition of political parties, and there is a party. And when you consider all this, it shall be found that Kenya Kwanza is actually the majority. Mr. Speaker, to quote Honorable JUNET,